Hi artists, and welcome back to Art While Apart with me, Miss H. This week we're going to learn more about the color wheel. Remember when we learned about primary colors and how they create secondary colors? And then we made our own color wheel. Well, I was thinking and I noticed that on my color wheel I do not see brown, black, gray, white. So I was wondering, well, how are those colors made? Well, I'm going to show you. So in art, black and white are not colors. Instead, they are called values. So check it out. If I take a color like green and then I add white to it, now I'm using crayon, so I have to draw really hard, add a lot of white. Well, it's going to create a light green. So you take your color, you add white, that is going to create a light green. And then if I take that same color, green, and instead of white, I add the opposite, I add black, that's going to create a really dark green. Go back, add some green on top, and definitely, that is a dark green. So if I add black to that, it's going to create a darker shade or value of green. So white, you can't see it because I'm on white paper, and black are values. White is a light value, black is a dark value. In art, we call them values. We can use value with color, so these are values of green. How light a green can go and how dark the green can go. Okay, artists, now we're going to focus on color families. Let's make some sketch notes. So please pause the video, grab your sketchbook and something to write on, and some crayons if you have them. Okay, so let's title our paper Sketch Notes. Sketch notes are just a fun way for us to take some notes on things that we're learning in art. It's going to help us remember, and these are important, so definitely write them down with me. Today's focus is going to be on color families. As you are following, please pause the video if you need to so you can write down the notes. So, one type of color family are your primary colors. We can use the color wheel to help us remember that primary colors are red, not orange, so I skip the orange and I go to yellow, yellow. Again, it's not green, you skip the green, go to blue, and blue. Our primary colors mix together to create secondary colors. So my yellow and blue mix together and create green. These are called secondary colors. So again, yellow and blue mix and they make, that's right, green. Next combination, red and blue create purple or violet. And red and yellow mix together and create orange. So those are our two color families. Now, primary and secondary colors get along. There's something really cool that we can use the color wheel to help us remember. Okay, look at red. And across from red is green. So red and green get along. They like each other and they're called complementary colors. So I'm writing a little smiley face to remember. So look, red and green right across from each other. Yellow and purple are across from each other. So they are complementary colors. And orange and blue are across from each other. They are complementary colors also. So there's 3 pairs of complementary colors. Easiest way to remember this is that complementary colors are across from one another on the color wheel. Okay, artists, now just watch. You don't have to take notes. I have my primary colors, red, yellow, blue. Across from yellow is purple or violet. Now let me zoom out and show you something. So yellow and purple are complementary colors. They get along and they complement each other. Red and green are complementary colors, and blue and orange are complementary colors. So these colors get along, but there's something important to remember. When we mix these colors together, they actually cancel each other out. So they look great side by side, but they don't look too good or great on top of each other or when we mix them. When complementary colors are mixed, our eyes get confused and they actually create what's called neutral colors. This happens because the colors no longer complement each other, but instead it's like they're fighting with each other. So they're really good when they're side by side, but when they mix together, it creates kind of a yucky color. So let me show you. If you squint or close your eyes a little, you can tell that some of these combinations start to look brown or like a really dark gray. Well, that is what happens when complementary colors mix. Here, I'm going to show you. This is what they look like up close. But then as we step away, look, they're starting to turn into browns or really dark grays. Pretty cool, huh? Now that you've seen how neutral colors are created, let's take some notes. Neutral colors are the last color family that we will focus on today. They are created when two complementary colors mix. A complementary color are colors across from each other on the color wheel. The most important thing to remember is that neutral colors are colors that we don't see on the color wheel. We actually have to create them by mixing the complementary colors. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, let's just take some quick notes and then let's move on. So depending on how much red or how much green you use when combining those colors, it will change what the neutral color looks like. This is really fun to experiment with paint. So if you have paint, I challenge you to combine your complementary colors and see what you create. So I'm just making little notes just so that we remember that neutral colors are all different shades of grays and browns. Some of the browns are darker, some of them will be lighter, some of the grays will be closer to black, and some of them will be closer to a light gray. The three color families that we're focusing on today are primary colors, secondary colors, and now neutral colors. Your neutral colors are created when you mix two complementary colors. All right, thanks for taking notes. I hope this helped you learn a little bit more about the color wheel.